Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. It's been a while since I don't post a video on YouTube, and I wanted to show you guys what we are doing for hand printing manuscript. And I showed you before that we were using the logic of English for cursive, but I decided as well to teach him manuscript. I think it is important, and my reasoning for this is that usually when you get a book to read, it's usually manuscript. Very rare, in a very rare occasion, you can see a book that is written in cursive, which I have found at our local library. But usually it's kind of like a mix in between manuscript and cursive. Since I saw that, I decided to purchase Handwriting Without Tears, and what I'm going to do here is just give you a look through our manuscript program, so stay tuned. Okay, so as I said, I just want to give you a look through our manuscript program, and we chose Handwriting Without Tears. And the reason why I chose this is because, as I said before, he's been practicing cursive, but usually books are written with a printing manuscript, and I thought it was important for him to be able to recognize and get familiar with the manuscript, with the printing one. So here I have Handwriting Without Tears, and this is the pre-K. He is an 8-year-old, but as I said before, we start with cursive, and I wanted to get familiarized with hand printing without tears, since it's different from the logic of English, which is what we were doing. So I decided to start from the beginning with him. Here I have my first lowercase book, and this is a set that I purchased. I think I spent like $13 on it. It comes both books. So here we have my first lowercase book, and then we have my first school book, and I'm going to start showing you my first lowercase book. And here it says, welcome, it's fun to learn, lowercase letters, it's fun to write your name. And it shows you here the table of contents. You're gonna have the pencil pickups, the capitals for me, lowercase alphabet, getting ready for lowercase letters. And I'm just gonna show you guys, sorry that I'm using this in my hand just to hold the phone, but just bear with me. If you want to see it better, you can just pause it and screenshot. And here we have the pencil pickups, and this is the reason why I liked it as well. My son has a little bit of issue when it comes to grab the pencil, and I want him to practice even more. As I said before, my son is dyslexic, and I think just a little bit more of practice will be better. He does very well with cursive just because it's less water intensive, so that makes it way better in that matter. Just because the manuscript the opposite as the cursive, which makes it a little bit more complicated when he's grabbing his pencil, the way he puts the hand. You have to be more careful with that. What I liked it as well about hand printing without tears is that every letter is supposed to fit in this square or this rectangle. It just have to fit there, so it gives them kind of like more of an idea of what they have to do and how big the letter is supposed to be. Shows them the capitals, and it always has a dot at the beginning where the letter is supposed to start. An example here, we have the S, so they put it in the middle all the way at the top, and the same as well is with the rest of the letter, just that dot there indicating where they need to begin. Here we have the lowercase alphabet, and in here we have getting ready for lowercase letters, and it says some are small, some are tall, some go below the line. So it shows them with these little hand motions here how they need to do the letter. And here we have some of the figures of these little kids, drawing of kids, showing them how they need to do the letters, which that is something that I liked a lot as well, just because it gives him more of an idea of how he has to do it. And then we have the magic C, and it shows them how they need to do it. And I like that everything is fun. Everything is funny. It has pictures for him to color if he wants to color. So it makes it a little bit more interesting, less boring or with the monotony. If your kid is visual, that helps a lot. And if you notice, it doesn't go with the alphabet order. It goes more on the developmental order. And if you see in here, it starts with the C. So you start from the top with the magic C all the way down. Sorry, my son is coughing back there. And then it continues here. So we learned already the C, and you go back and just complete. So it's easier for them because you already have the beginning of the C, and you know what you're just missing is kind of like another C. Let's put it that way. And it just made the O. And in that way, I think it's just easier. It has a part where you can trace the letter. So it makes it easier for them to understand. It makes it less stressful for them, just because it has a continuance. And here we have the letter S, V, and it has pictures for them to see and kind of relate to what they're doing. So here's the magic C, up like a helicopter, back down bump. So it explains everything very well. That's something I really liked about the Handwriting Without Tears, and the reason why I purchased. And this book is for pre-K, but if you have a kid as well that has dyslexia, I think just starting them with the pre-K is better, so they get used to how Handwriting Without Tears teach the letters. I'm sorry that I'm moving a lot, but as I say, I'm doing this with my phone, and I just want to give you an idea. So here it has a side where the adult demonstrates the letter and where the child is supposed to imitate the letter. I like that as well. And then it has a review of the alphabet all the way at the end. Handwriting Without Tears has a little chalkboard that you can purchase as well on their website. But I didn't decide to do, and here I'm doing my first school book. I didn't decide to purchase the chalkboard, but at the end I thought that it was going to be a good idea. And I didn't purchase the chalkboard, but I just create one myself. And what I did is I purchased this at the dollar store, this little board, and it's a good material. And to make the shape of a rectangle, which is where they are going to practice the letters, what I did is I used the popsicle sticks. I use wood glue, and I glue them to the chalkboard. Because if you notice, the the shape of the chalkboard is just, it has a little curve in here, and you want a rectangle shape just to make sure the letters are going straight, because they're going to start from here all the way like this. And here is the popsicle sticks that I use to create the board. They have a little happy face in here to indicate that that's where they are going to start to create the letters, always from the top. So what I did is I purchased the stickers and I put one in here, and he chose the one he wanted it, so I just put it there. And then I use Mod Podge to just glue it and make sure that it's secure in there and it is not gonna go anywhere. And that's a cheap way for you to create the chalkboard yourself. If you're like me, I'm a single mom, I'm trying to save as much money as I can. That's a good idea. You pretty much have those materials already, so you might have to purchase the chalkboard, or you have to purchase, might be the glue, but the rest of the materials, we usually homeschool moms have them at home, so that won't be that much of a trouble. In here I'm showing you the table of contents. It has the alphabet, crayon skills, picture colors and shapes, vertical and horizontal, Magic C. The Magic C Bunny teaches children to start C at the top. Then we have in here big and little curves. We have diagonals, alphabet activities, numbers, extras. It says check the readiness skills, and capital strips. And that's something that I like about Handwriting Without Tears. Is very multisensory, and I like that. They get to color, they get to learn the letters, they get to practice shapes, they get to practice the numbers. And he's been done some of these already. It has the ant, the bug, and the bee are not like you and me. They walk on the wall, but they never fall. The ant, the bug, and the bee. So just a little there just for them to understand. Give them instruction in here, as you can tell there. And they get to practice coloring. They have these crayons too as well that they sell on their website, which are very good. I didn't purchase them because I thought they were not necessarily for him to do these. We've been using the crayons we have here, and he grabs the crayons correct. The problem is how he put his hand. He usually twists his hand a little bit, so that is the reason why I'm trying to teach him Manuscript as well. And it has more practice for the colors. And here we start already, and it's the shape of the L, and they get to do the legs of the birds, I think it is. And it's fun for them. They don't feel like they are doing something that is boring for them. It's very good for him, and I like that he can do it in a fun way. He can color, he can trace. It's not everything the same. And this is the board that I told you that they have on their website. It's very inexpensive, if you want me to be honest, but I made the mistake to order the books, and I didn't order the board, and then I was gonna have to order the board, and I was gonna have to wait more, so I just decided to create it myself. And as I said, this is my version of the board. If you notice, that's why I use the popsicle sticks, just because it helps with the shape of the rectangle that they have in here, and that's how they practice the letters. Then I bought some chalks, and I have them somewhere in here. And what I did is to create just something similar, and sorry that I'm moving a lot, is I just break them. Some of them are long, which are the ones that I'm going to use, and the little ones are for him to practice. and I put them in this baggie, but you can leave them in the box if it's better for you. It has a letter H. It shows them how they have to create it for him to trace them. It has a happy face to indicate that it starts always from the top. And here, if you purchase the combo with all the materials that it comes for them to practice to make the program multisensory, it has some wood, little pieces of wood that you can create the letters and make it more multisensory and more fun for them to practice. I thought he didn't require that. That is the reason why I didn't purchase it. But if you have a kid which is 5 or younger, I suggest you just to purchase the materials, just because I think it'll be good for them. As I said, this curriculum is for pre-K. My son is 8-year-old. He is dyslexic, so I thought that starting from the beginning, so he gets an idea on how the program works, will be better for him. It shows them how to create the cue in the beginning. They usually, to preview the letter, they just show them a shape and how the letters are related to shapes as well. Here we have a circle. They create a bear, and then we have the letter Q as quilt. They show them a picture, show them how to do it with the wood pieces. And in here they just trace the letter, making a circle and just a little stick down to create the letter Q. And here show them a little picture of a lady cutting the grass with the shape of a G, and they show them the grasshopper and how to create the letter G with an arrow. And if you see, it has something, always a picture for them to understand and have something to relate with. And it's always something with drawing, something that they can draw, something that they can color, which makes it even fun for them to do and to create. Just showing you. They have a as well with the other materials that they sell on their website. If you want to purchase everything, they do some type of classes where you can go and you can get these materials for free with the purchase of you going to that class. I didn't think it was necessary for him, so I didn't do it, but it comes with these pieces where you use those wood pieces that I just showed you before, and you can create this figure that they use, which is Mat Man, to make it fun and multisensory and just for them to enjoy while they're learning the letters and learning how to write. Here we are again. And I said you can pause and screenshot everything. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of how the program is organized and how what things they are going to be doing. And here they have capitals and lowercase letters, and it shows them, you preview the letters with some type of picture to relate to. And here we have lowercase matching for them to practice, and they can learn how to differentiate from the uppercase letter and the lowercase letter. And then we have the numbers for them to practice the numbers, and it has pictures as well, and they can trace them as well, and it shows them to with this little happy face where they need to be starting with. If you have the chalkboard, you can use it as well to practice the numbers and the wooden pieces. Sorry that I'm moving, as I said before, too much with the camera, but I'm using my phone and I'm holding it with my hand, so I'm sorry for that. Then we have here 5-finger play, and it shows you here for the numbers. And then at the end, it has a part where you can check readiness. You can check for the shapes, if they know the shapes, if they know their letters and numbers. Draw a person, name 10 letters. It has a part here where it says try to write your name. They can try in here. And in here it says name 6 pictures, name 6 colors, color 2 pictures, name and trace shapes, copy shapes for them to practice. And in here it shows and preview again the letters. So that's it. I just wanted to show you guys and give you a look through our Manuscript program, our printing program. And we chose to do the handwriting without tears, and I create this chalkboard. If you want me to show you how I did this, you guys can leave me a comment and down below and request me, and if you guys are interested, I can create a video on how I create, what materials I used to create the chalkboard. And if you like this video, if you have any questions or comments, please don't forget to leave them down below. Hit like and subscribe to my channel. I see you then. Bye bye.